Hello, welcome. Today we are going to be doing MCC 30 teams review and predictions. Of course, if you disagree with my predictions, you don't have to agree as they are my predictions. And feel free to comment your own predictions. Note stats will be included in this, well, at least some, for the reasonings of my team placements. In 10th place, we have the Pink Parrots with Amesy, Shadoon666, Tubbo, and Sylvie. Now, this MCC has a lot of very strong teams, so I wouldn't be surprised if any of these teams made Dodgeful. And don't be surprised if this team does well. Tubbo and Amesy are pretty good, and Amesy's a great support player, and Shadoon is cracked at PvP. The main reason I have them in last is mainly because Shadoon has never played before, and he's been given the challenge of doing well in an event where there are a lot of stacked teams, and he's playing for the first time, which really hurts their chances of making dodgeable. Now, I think this team's best game might be Battle Box, because Tubbo and Sylvie have done well in the past, and Shadoon's pretty good at PvP. So don't be surprised if they don't do well. In 9th place, we see the Orange Ocelots with SB737, Blushy, Snifferish, and HBomb94. This event marks the return of SB since MCC 23, which was a team that was predicted to do bad but ended up doing well. Now, I think this team really needs to get grid runners and Sands of Time late, because this team is not very strong at PvP and they're okay at movement. This also requires SB to do well in an event where the teams are way stronger than usual. Maybe the Hole in the Wall remix can save them, but otherwise, I don't think this team is going to do that well. 8th is the Red Rabbits with Hannah XX Rose, Sapnap, Captain Puffy, and Captain Sparkles. Though this is the second time Captain Sparkles and Sapnap teamed together, and last time they teamed together didn't go very well. So hopefully they can have their redemption, maybe, but I don't see them doing that well. This team's very good at Ace Race, I think. I feel like comms will be such a big thing with this team. So if Captain and Sapnap don't mesh very well together again, this team might not do that well. Obviously, Sapnap, Hannah, and Puffy know each other pretty decently well, but Captain will be the big decider on whether or not this team does as good as the statistics say they should. And yeah. In 7th, we have the Yellow Yaks with V Gumio, Red Velvet Cake, Ampfrost, and Purpled. Now, I expect this team's comms to be very good, as all these people know each other pretty well. I'm assuming their best game is going to be probably Meltdown or Sky Battle, as these and Purple then specifically have done very well in these games in the past. I have them in 7th though, because I feel in the other games they're basically like kind of 50-50, because obviously Ant and Purple are very good individual players, but Gumi and Velvet aren't the best in terms of that. They're very good at like comms. Maybe they can do like decently well in Sands of Time. Grid runners, I think they can definitely do well in as well. But obviously, who knows? Time can tell. In 6th place, we have the Aqua Axolotls with Illumina, 5-Up, Impulse SV, and Good Times with Scar. Now, the games that are in this event really hurt them. Obviously, we have Parkour Tag and Parkour Warrior, which I don't think they're going to do very well in. They lost Rocket Sleeve Rush, which is a pretty good game for them. Although with the Illumina 5-up duo, I think this team will do well in Sands of Time and Grid Runners. I don't see them doing the best at PvP. It really depends. And then for movement, obviously, most of the movement games are more individual based. So it depends on how well Illumina 5-up will do. Other than like hardcore tag. So I think this team's gonna do okay, but I don't expect them to make dodgeable. But obviously, yeah, who knows? In 5th place, we have the CYAN Coyotes with Rambo, Tommy Innit, the Orion Sound, and CPK. Now, out of all the teams, this is the only team without really a power duo or like an S tier with like a very strong player. Instead, we just have like a very like all well-round team with Rambo, CPK, and Tommy being the noticeable people. They've all gotten top 10 before, but they're not the most consistent top 10. And I definitely think Tommy, Rambo, and CPK will all get top half this MCC, but not top 10. This team is pretty good at holding the wall. Might be even a little strong in holding the wall. Although it is a remix, but I don't know what they did to that. Ace Race, I think they're okay. I think this definitely is scary. This could be a pretty good Battle Box team. And Sky Battle team if Rambo performs better than he previously have. So I just feel like this is just a middle of the road team all around. In 4th place, we have the Lime Lions with Cubfan, Filza, Puns, and Awesome Dude. Now, this team did get their best game, Rocket's Fleet Rush, not in this event, and also SG. But even with that, I think this is a pretty good parkour tag team and battle box team. Saying Ace Race, they're okay, mainly because it's Turtle Run. But I think this team will do pretty well. They're also pretty decent at holding the wall. So I think this team can still do pretty well. Maybe not as likely to get into dodgeball, but I still think this team is relatively decent. Phil has been popping off lately, and maybe we could see Huns, Phil, and Sam all top 10. Maybe Sam's not the most consistent player, but who knows? I think this team will still do definitely decent. In 3rd place, we have the Green Geckos with Jojo Solos, Pizza Hut, Michael McGill, and Cara Corvus. Now, this team is one of the few teams with 2 S tiers on it. Obviously, we've seen Dream Techno and Illumina Fruit before. So I'm interested in how this duo will do. The interesting thing about this team is it's very just well-rounded. They're not too strong in any game, but they're not too weak in any game. I definitely think Hole in the Wall and Parkour Worry though will be their best games. But otherwise, maybe even Grid Runners. I think that although Pete hasn't done well in it in the past, I think this team's comms can make up for it. In 2nd place, we have the Purple Pandas with Solidarity Gaming, Fire Breath Man, In the Littlewood, and Smager. I think this team is going to do very, very well. This team, Scott, Jimmy, and Martin, they've known each other for a very long time, which means this team's comms will be very good, which helps a lot in games like Parkour Tag, Sands of Time, and Grid Runners, and just basically every game in general. Fire Breath Man is proven to be one of the best Minecraft event players ever, so I think this team can pop off. I think they'll do good in any game no matter what. I do think Ace Race is a bit of a weaker game for them, maybe. It really depends. It is Turtle Run map, and maybe Parkour Warrior because they aren't the best at it, FBM or Shane has never played it before, but I still think this team is going to do very well. Finally, in first, we have the Blue Bats with Curtsy, Fruitberries, False Symmetry, and Shovel. I think this team is going to do amazing. Fruit and Dave, it is a very good duo in my opinion. And Shovel and Dave are coming off of, or not Shovel and Dave, False and Dave are coming off of their win from MCC 29. So I think this team is going to do great. Especially in PvP, like Sky Battle Blocks, Parkour Tag. I think this team is going to do very well. And the Fruit and Dave kind of counteract or like help with Shelby and False's weaker games. The only game that I think will be not very good for this team is Sands of Time, because Dave isn't very good at it and Fruit has some questionable decisions in it. Otherwise, I think this team's going to do amazing. And yeah. And that is my MCC 30 predictions. Now, I might do a Pandora's Box 7 teams review and predictions. So, if you're interested in seeing that, it'll probably get uploaded next week. But other than that, thank you for watching.